Dear students, today we shall know about the plot of the drama A Midsummer Night's Dream. Children, A Midsummer Night's Dream is a comedy written by William Shakespeare. All of you know that William Shakespeare is a world famous playwright, poet, and an actor too. This play was written around 1595 as an entertainment of the people. It became one of the most popular works of William Shakespeare for the stage. This is a widely performed drama across the world. Children, dramatic elements of Elizabethan era are found in this drama like spirit, fairies, mistaken identity, and so on. Most of the play is set in a forest in a moonlit night. Children, the dominant theme in this drama is love. Love is a subject which Shakespeare portrayed in his comedies often. So, let us know about the characters first. Theseus, Duke of Athens; Hippolyta, Queen of the Amazons; Aegeus, father of Hermia; Lysander, a young person of Athens who was in love with Hermia. Hermia, the beautiful daughter of Aegeus who was in love with Lysander. Demetrius, former lover of Helena, at present in love with Hermia. Helena, in true love with Demetrius. Oberon, king of the fairies; Titania, queen of the fairies; Robin Park, Goodfellow, a mischievous spirit with magical powers; Nickbottom, a weaver; Queens, a carpenter; Snug, a joiner; Flute, a bellows mender; Starveling, a tailor. We find some fairies here like Peace Blossom, a fairy; Cobweb, a fairy; Moth, a fairy; Mustard Seed, a fairy. Children, let us know about the story. The story began in Athens city in Greece. The Duke of Athens was Theseus. He was getting ready for his marriage to Hippolyta. Hippolyta was the queen of Amazons. You know, Aegeus was a courtier of this duke's court. He was the father of Hermia. Children, being very upset, he came to the duke to inform him that his daughter Hermia was not willing at all to marry Demetrius, the person of Athens who he had chosen for her marriage. His daughter was in love with Lysander and wanted to marry Lysander. Those days, children, in Athens, there was a strange and strict rule or law. The rule was that the daughter had to marry the boy who was selected by her father. Had the daughter disobeyed her father, she had to accept severe punishment from the court. In these circumstances, Aegeus came to the Duke for his intervention. The Duke told Hermia either to obey her father or to accept death penalty, or to be a nun, remaining unmarried the whole life while serving in Diana's temple till she died. Lysander and Hermia were in deep love, you know. They were determined to marry. They planned to elope together to another city where such rule was not present. Lysander thought of taking Hermia to his aunt's city. Such rule was not there. They decided to run away from Athens city. Helena was Hermia's childhood friend. Helena was Hermia's very close and good friend. Before going, Hermia and Lysander met Helena and told about their plan. Helena told this to Demetrius, who she loved very much. Demetrius had developed strong liking for Hermia, rejecting Helena, maybe due to her property, her beauty. He did not want to lose Hermia at all, so he followed them. Helena loved Demetrius. She did not want Demetrius to go alone, so Helena followed Demetrius. Children, Hermia and Lysander reached to a forest and lost their road to go to another city. You know, some fairies lived in that forest along with the king and the queen of the fairies. There lived Oberon, king of the fairies, Titania, queen of the fairies, and some other fairies were there to stay with them. Queen Titania got a beautiful Indian orphan boy. He was called Indian challenging boy from her friend. She took care of that boy with lots of love and affection. The boy was very smart and good looking. King Oberon liked that boy very much and wanted to make him his knight, a patron. But Queen Titania refused to give that boy to the king. The king was very angry. The king and the queen had a strong fight over this Indian challenging boy. The king wanted to insult the queen in front of the others to take a revenge on her. He hatched a plan with the help of Puck. Who was Puck, children? Puck was the fairy who had some magical powers. The king ordered him to get a purple colored flower named love in idleness. This flower's juice had the power to make people fall in love madly with the first creature they saw after awakening from sleep. Had the juice been applied on their eyelids while asleep. He thus planned to madden Titania, and in that situation of Titania, he wanted to get the custody of this Indian challenging boy. Children, now you can imagine what tricks Puck, a mischief spirit, was going to play with that flower's magic love juice. Yes, this love juice was applied to his sleeping queen's eyelids, what the queen could not know, could not understand at all because she was in deep sleep. In the meantime, when Demetrius entered the wood, followed by Helena, King Oberon noticed his rude behavior with Helena. He felt unhappy seeing sorrowful Helena being rejected by Demetrius. Without delay, he himself just asked Puck to spread juice on the eyelids of Demetrius during his sleep in the jungle. By this time, the eloping couple felt very tired and slept in the same forest. Puck was instructed by the king to administer some love juices of the flower on the eyelids of Demetrius. Here, Puck made a big mistake. He poured the flower juice on the eyes of the sleeping Lysander, thinking Lysander as Demetrius. Lysander happened to see Helena. As soon as he woke up, he fell deeply in love with Helena, forgetting his love for Hermia. By this time, King Oberon realized Puck's mistake of Puck of using the love juice for Lysander instead of Demetrius. Then he himself squeezed the love juice on the eyelids of Demetrius and sent Puck to fetch Helena, which led the fierce quarrel between Hermia and Helena, as well also between Lysander and Demetrius for Helena. Children, in this same wood, you came to know that there was a band of fairies, including king and the queen, and also we can see that the second band of Athenians craftsmen or workmen, they were rehearsing a play about the love story of Pyramus and Thisbe in the forest. They wanted to stage this play in the wedding of the Duke of Athens. All the actors were making many mistakes during rehearsal. They were making mistakes in their dialogues, in their, in the use of the proper tone. But only Nickbottom was very active, talkative, smart and enthusiastic worker in that group. Puck saw their rehearsal in the wood hiding himself. He was surprised seeing the smart performance of Nickbottom. But Puck was a very tricky being and he planned a fun. By playing a trick, he transformed Nickbottom's head into that of an ass, a donkey, which began to frighten the others. Everyone in the group was in fear seeing Nickbottom and left him alone. Nickbottom was unaware of this change of his head. While moving in the forest, he came to Queen Titania, who was asleep. Queen Titania got up from her sleep, and waking she saw Nick-Bottom and fell in deep love with this ass-headed Nick-Bottom. She began to entertain Nick-Bottom with her fairies. King Oberon was very happy to insult this queen in this way. By this time, Hermia came to know Lysander had fallen in love with Helena. She felt very jealous for Helena. She tried to challenge Helena to a fight. On the other hand, Demetrius and Lysander were attempting to fight over Helena's love. There was a fierce quarrel between Lysander and Demetrius to win love of Helena. Puck confused them by mimicking their voices. Helena did not trust their love. She thought they were mocking her. Children, hearing the noise made by Puck, Helena suspected she was being made fun of by both the Athenian peasants. There was a huge chaos in the forest due to quarrel. Realizing Puck's mistake, Oberon ordered Puck to create a fog, allowing the four persons to be separated and placed them to sleep so the magic spell could finally be removed. Dear children, let me remind you that when King Oberon understood the mistake made by Puck to recognize Demetrius, because in place of Demetrius, he applied love juice on the eyelids of Lysander, thinking Lysander as Demetrius. At the time, King Oberon himself sprayed love juice on the eyelids of Demetrius during his sleep in the jungle, so that Demetrius would fall in love with the right girl, Helena. Demetrius expressed his love for Helena after seeing Helena from his sleep. After that, we came to know lots of chaos, argument, fight took place in the forest. Now King Oberon wished to sort out the problem by setting the wrong right in case of all Athenians by removing the spell of love juice from Lysander. He wanted to restore Lysander's love for Hermia. Also, we see Oberon released Queen Titania from this spell as he felt sorry for her, making her small in front of the others, and her purpose of getting the Indian boy was also served. He ordered Puck to restore Bottom's head. Oberon cured Titania of her love for Nick-Bottom. The king and the queen were united and in peace. Each lover found the right person. Now Demetrius was in love with Helena. Lysander began to love Hermia again. Meanwhile, we see the Duke Theseus, the Queen Hippolyta, and Hermia's father Aegeus entered the forest. 4 days were given to Hermia to take the decision. They saw these 4 lovers asleep at that time. Actually, that was the day of Hermia's declaration on her decision whether to obey her father or to accept punishment. But the Duke felt very happy seeing the love bonding between the sleeping couples. He finally gave Hermia permission to marry Lysander. Hermia's father agreed to accept Lysander as a right match for his daughter. All 4 forgot what happened in the woods at night under the spell of Puck. Children, 4 lovers came back to city Athens, and the play Pyramus and Thisbe was performed at the wedding feast. Lysander and Hermia, Demetrius and Helena, Theseus and Hippolyta were marrying. Children, the play ended happily with fairies' blessings on 3 couples and Puck's apology to the audience. The title of the drama tells the audience that the play is going to deal in some way with a sort of dream on a summer night. The story of the 4 young lovers asserts that although the course of true love never did run smooth, true love triumphs in the end, bringing happiness and harmony. Dear children, thank you for your patient hearing and thank you for watching my video. Please like, comment and share to inspire me. I must see you once again with my new video, and till then, bye. Happy learning. Have a nice time.